Welcome to AI News Podcast, the show that plugs you directly into the world of artificial intelligence. We cut through the hype, we translate the technical jargon, and we tell you why the latest AI news actually matters.
Because let's be honest, keeping up is a full-time job. We're here to be your weekly briefing, giving you the clarity and context you need to understand where this is all going.
Exactly. And today, we are venturing into territory that sounds deeply technical, maybe even a little boring, but it's one of the most fundamental challenges in AI right now. Imagine a world-class orchestra.
Okay, I'm picturing tuxedos and very expensive violins.
That's a symphony. That's a whole other level of power and complexity. The problem in AI today is that we have a lot of brilliant soloists, amazing individual AI models, but we're still figuring out how to get them to play together. Today, we're looking at the three competing rulebooks for creating that AI symphony: MCP, A2A, and ACP.
I love that analogy because it's so true. We have these incredible models, but they often exist in their own little worlds, speaking their own languages. Getting them to collaborate is the next giant leap. These protocols are essentially trying to be the universal sheet music for AI.
So let's start with the first one from Anthropic, the creators of Claude. It's called MCP, or the Model Context Protocol. In our orchestra, what role does this one play?
Okay, so if you think of your main AI model as the star soloist, MCP is all about making sure that soloist has everything they need. It's the universal music stand, the perfectly tuned instrument, the microphone that just works. It standardizes how the model connects to its tools. External data, APIs, plugins, you name it.
So it's not about how the musicians talk to each other, but how one musician gets what they need to perform.
Precisely. Think of it as a vertical connection. The flow is from the star performer, the AI model, down to its equipment. It's model-centric. The goal of MCP is to make it incredibly simple for a single powerful AI to access a vast range of external resources without any custom setup. It's the standard plug that lets the soloist shine.
That makes perfect sense. Empower the soloist. But that brings us to Google's protocol, which sounds like it's for a completely different purpose: A2A, or agent to agent.
It is. If MCP is the vertical connection, soloist to their gear, then A2A is the horizontal connection. This is the musicians communicating with each other during the performance. This is all about collaboration.
So this is for when you need the violin section to hand off the melody to the flute section, or for the percussionists to sync up perfectly with the brass section.
A2A is designed to help different, specialized agents discover each other and work together on a shared task. They even have a concept of agent cards, which are like a musician's credentials, saying, "I'm an expert in this." It's built for a future where you don't have one giant AI doing everything, but a coordinated ensemble of smaller expert AIs.
And this could even be agents from different companies, right? Like an AI trained at Google's conservatory working with one from Anthropic's.
That's the ultimate vision. It's about creating a common language for that teamwork, so a human doesn't have to stand in the middle and translate everything. It's very task-oriented.
Okay, so we have MCP, the universal gear for the soloist. We have A2A, the secret language for the musicians to collaborate. Then there's the third one, ACP, the Agent Communication Protocol, which began at IBM and is now an open standard. Why on earth do we need a third, Claire?
I know, it feels like we're overcomplicating it, but ACP plays a very specific and crucial role. If A2A is the language between musicians, ACP is the conductor with the master plan. It's the overarching system that orchestrates the entire performance, especially when all the musicians are on the same stage, like on a local server or a single cluster.
Ah, so it's the maestro with the baton.
Exactly. ACP is really focused on that high-level orchestration, managing the life cycle of different agents, handling task handoffs, and making sure all the parts fit together. It's local first, meaning it's designed to be incredibly robust for managing complex agent interactions right on your own hardware, which is critical for research and big enterprise applications. It's less about a quick connection and more about conducting a complex local symphony.
Let me see if I've got this straight. MCP is the universal adapter that lets the star AI soloist plug in any instrument or read any music. A2A is the common language that lets the different musicians in the orchestra coordinate with each other. And ACP is the conductor who orchestrates the entire ensemble from a master score.
That is a perfect summary. You nailed it. And the key thing is, they aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. In a truly grand performance, you might use all three. Each musician uses MCP to connect to their gear, they use A2A to coordinate with their section, and the conductor uses ACP to manage the whole show.
So, the big question, why does this matter to anyone who isn't programming AI agents? This feels very, very deep in the technical weeds.
Because this is the plumbing for the AI assistants we've all been promised. Right now, our interaction with AI is mostly a solo performance. We chat with a single model. But the future is an AI symphony. When you say, plan my family's holiday, you don't want one AI trying to do everything.
No, I want a travel specialist AI, a flight booking AI, a calendar AI, and a budget-watching AI to form a committee, perform the task, and just present me with the final itinerary.
Precisely. And for that to happen, they need these rules of engagement. This quiet, technical debate over which protocol to use is about building the fundamental infrastructure that will allow for those powerful, real-world agent systems. It's the difference between a lone busker on a street corner and the Berlin Philharmonic in a concert hall.
So we're essentially watching the construction of the nervous system for a much smarter, more capable generation of AI. No pressure.
That's what it is. It's the invisible foundation that everything else will be built upon.
That's a fantastic explanation, Claire. So, thinking about that AI orchestra, what do you think the future holds? Will one of these protocols become the definitive conductor, or will they have to learn to harmonize?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question. I think we'll see a mix, but the push for an open, universally adopted standard is very strong. What do our listeners think? Let us know in the comments which part of the AI orchestra you think is most crucial right now. The soloist's gear, the musician's teamwork, or the conductor's score? And if this helped clear things up, please like, share, and subscribe to AI News Podcast. We'll be back next week with another deep dive.